What's up, everyone? Dark Cosmic back with another video. This is not going to be about astrology. This is going to be about dreams, prophetic dreams, and just, I don't know. I'm just going to give you guys my perspective on some dreams that I've had that are very personal to me. But I want to share it because it was so profound to me, and it was so, the details in the dreams were so profound, so eye-opening, and so heartbreaking as well. So I would like to share that with you guys because I believe I have a gift, and I believe that I have the gift of prophecy. I have the ability to see things before they happen. Now, it might not occur, how my dream presents it isn't exactly how it's going to happen, but it's the energy behind the dream that I focus on. It is the energy, the taste in the air, the atmosphere of the dream, and that always is completely aligned with what is going on in the real world. So strange things can be occurring in the dream that aren't pertaining to reality, but the energy, if you are good at picking up on energy, then you'll always be on the right path. So if you haven't been following my Dark Cosmic page, you probably don't know that I recently lost, about a month and a half ago, I lost both my grandmother and my father. Okay, I'm not going to get into too much details, but they died virtually around the same time. And you know, these two individuals are basically the most important people in terms of my elders in my life. Both of these individuals raised me. My mother didn't raise me as a kid, so in a lot of ways my grandmother was my mother. And of course my father, all throughout my life, you know, my father was always there for me as well. So you know, it was like I lost my parents both at the same time. Now this is not supposed to be a sob story. I'm gonna get into the dreams and everything. But you know, life-changing, very life-changing things. You know, I buried them on the same day. You know, that was so intense, guys. That was very intense. It was horrifying in a lot of ways, horrifying. So, seeing their caskets next to each other, absolutely horrifying. But so back to the dreams, right? So I had a dream a week before all of that happened, by the way. Now the first dream, I'm gonna take you through it, is I was in an apartment with my siblings, and it just so happened to be my two younger brothers. I'll just give their names out. My two younger brothers, Edward and Rodlin. It's kind of difficult to pronounce probably, but these are my two younger brothers. I was in an apartment with these two. And I just wanted you to distinguish the two, just in case I had to say their names. But so I'm in an apartment with these two, and I don't know why we're living together in this dream, and we're in New York. And I'm like, why are we in New York? And it's like a huge apartment. We're in New York, and there's like construction all around the apartment though. It's like this is the only apartment that has been built for some reason. Everywhere else is construction. That has a meaning. You know it does, but it's like, I don't know. And the key thing too with these dreams that I'm telling you, they were as vivid as like you could have. Like they were like literally, I felt like it was real life. That's how vivid these dreams were. And it always happens like that. Whenever I have a prophetic dream, they're always like dreams in which I can't tell from dream or reality. Like I literally, for some reason in my mind, was thinking that I was living in New York with my brothers now. So I'm living with them, and I'm checking out the different rooms just because I'm like, oh cool, so I guess I'm living with my brothers, right? Checking out the different rooms, and then I open a door, and there's a room, and it has some stuff that belongs to me, but it also has some stuff that belongs to my father, right? So I'm like, is my dad here? why is my dad here? You know, this is weird. Because as I got older, the relationship with my father actually started to strain, to be honest. So at the time, you know, I was like, I don't know why he's living here. He doesn't even like me like that, right? So I thought that was weird. And then I hear a knock on the door. I go open the door, and it is my father. And he's like, I'm like, Dad, why are you here? Right? And the first thing I recognized is he looked very deranged. He looked like he was not himself at all. He looked like he was running away from something. He looked like he was exhausted. He looked like he was haunted. His eyes looked like his eyes were crazy. Like his eyes, see how big my eyes are? His eyes were crazy looking. Right? The expression on his face. And it's been taking a while for me to get to this dream, because I wanted to be able to explain it the best I could and be in the right energy, and where I'm very crisp and very, you know, I just want to give you guys a raw energy of how I felt in these moments. So his eyes are looking crazy. And I'm looking at him like, I've never seen you like this. So I tell him, hey, I was like, you know, come in, Dad. I see you already have a room here. I didn't know you were living with us this entire time. And then, you know, he just walked to the room. I don't know, he did some stuff in the room. He came out, and I said, hey, Dad, let's go to the balcony. Let's talk about what's going on and why you're living with us. You know, I didn't know why he was living with us. Like, why'd you guys let him in, you know? Or why? Like, I was just confused, because our relationship is strange. I was like, why would he even want to get over here? Like, why would you make such a long trip from Florida all the way to New York to come find us and live with us, you know? And then I began to talk with him. And basically, what he said, I basically asked my father in this dream, I asked him, I said, Dad, listen, man, I love you. And if you need help right now, if you need a place to stay, it's fine. You can live here. But I just want to know what's going on. You know, I was sincerely wanting to know if my father was all right, because why would he just up and leave his home? You know, he was married. He was taking care of the household. He had a business and everything. It's like, why would you just uproot your life and come live with us all of a sudden? You know, it's very bizarre. So I'm asking him those questions, and he basically told me something along the lines of, first he said, oh, I can't go back there. And I was like, what do you mean you can't go back there? What's going on? Is there something going on over there? And then he's like, he started to tell me something about my stepmother. And he was saying that something along the lines of her her cheating on him now, and she's not with him anymore, this and that. And he said some other stuff was going on, and he just said he can't be over there anymore. It's very bad. And he all the while he's telling me this, he's looking crazy. He's not looking like my father at all. It's almost like he was possessed, haunted. Haunted is the word. Haunted by something that has happened. Drained. And he's telling me all these things, and the dream kind of went into many strange directions. And there was at one point, I don't know, I heard like these megaphones, and there was people searching for my father, searching for him, almost like he was a wanted man. And I began to think, I was like, did my dad do something bad? What did he do? Why are these people searching for him? And then police came over to the apartment that we were living at, and they were asking for my father, and they were like, we're looking for such and such, we believe he did this. But somehow, some way, I was able to tell the cops that my dad did nothing wrong, and, you know, to honor his name, right? And then so the cops left, and they didn't arrest him. And so I went on the balcony again, because he was still up there, and I spoke to him again, and basically the energy in the dream, for me, the energy was key. And it was telling me that he was horrified about going back home, that something terribly wrong had happened at home, and also I forgot to say this. Also, the reason why he also told me when I was asking him why he was there, it's like he said he wanted to see us. He said that he couldn't go back there anymore. He wanted to see us again, and he just wanted to be with us. He just wanted to be with his Okay, so that was the first dream. Now these dreams happened in succession. Okay. Now the second dream I had, and I'm going to explain all this, right? The second dream that I had, my grandfather, I was at my grandfather's house, my grandfather and grandmother's home. And my grandfather was sitting out on the porch, rocking in a chair. And it was like the sun was going down. And I began to feel this energy. I stepped outside to see him rocking in the chair, and I stepped outside and I felt this energy in the neighborhood. It's like everything began, it was like this purple dark force come upon the whole neighborhood. The whole neighborhood, and the only way I can explain the taste of this energy was death. Right? And he was just rocking in his chair, and I was like, Grandpa, you gotta go inside. And he wouldn't listen to me. I was like, you gotta go inside. You gotta go inside right now. And there was just this death coming from around the corner, from around the past the stop sign. I don't know how to visualize it to tell you guys, but there was like a stop sign on the end of the neighborhood, and there was like creeping this death energy, this purple death energy creeping around the corner. And what it basically, it took the shape of like a bear, a vicious, monstrous bear, and it was killing everybody in the neighborhood, killing everybody. I hear gunshots, boom, 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 boom. And for some reason, there was children. All of a sudden, children appeared. They appeared on the front lawn. There was children playing on the front lawn, in my grandfather's front lawn. And I was telling them, you guys all, I didn't even recognize these kids. I was like, but you guys all got to get inside. I was rushing kids inside, trying to protect them from this imminent danger coming towards us. And there was just, I don't know, everybody that was outside is getting killed by this monstrous dark bear creature. Right? And my grandfather just would not listen to me. Everybody was coming inside. I'm taking care of the kids. I make sure the kids are taken care of. I'm like, are you good? You good? I'm checking to see if they're hurt, whatever. I never even met these kids. I don't know who these kids are, but for some reason I just felt, like I gotta get these kids inside. And my grandfather finally listens to me. He gets inside in the nick of time. And everybody's dead. All you just hear is last shots of a gun. And it just stops. And then my grandfather comes inside and he's like, I told you kids to get inside. You need to listen. And I looked at my grandfather like, what the heck? I was telling you this entire time to get your ass inside. People are dying. I sensed this death coming upon this neighborhood, and people are dying, and you would not listen to me. How dare you say that? I was really pissed off in that moment. But then I wake up. So flash forward to the future. I hear that my grandmother and my father has passed away. All right. Now, what do these dreams mean? What do these dreams mean? So the first dream that I had, I believe my father, somehow, I don't know what timeline, but it was a message from my father from the future to let him know that he was leaving. He was leaving. He did not feel well. And he wanted to tell me, he just wanted to see us three, his sons, for the last time. Because we were all, at the time, his daughter was living with him. His only daughter was living with him. But all of us, his sons, were actually away. And so he went to go see us one more time. That's what the first dream meant. And the second dream, meant that, because in that second dream, my grandmother was not available. She was nowhere to be found. And, my grandfather is now alone. And that's why he was rocking on the porch by himself. Me rushing the kids inside was just, I believe that has a meaning, but I haven't quite cracked that one. Oh, back to the first dream, though. I keep bouncing, I'm sorry. But back to the cops, when the cops showed up, that was almost like, it was telling me emergency. It was letting me know emergency, And the reason reason why my dad was so angry at my stepmother and he was saying that she was cheating, this and that, is because this is crazy. I believe that he was saying that because he had passed away and he did not want her to be with another man. Because when you die, if you die and you're a spirit or a ghost and you're still here and you can witness your spouse dealing with other people, it'll be heartbreaking because you're not understanding how to pass yet. You're still probably here in some way. Your spirit is still here and can't quite understand why your spouse has moved on without you. That's why my dad was telling me that. That's another reason, and it's crazy when I put it all together. But and then he passes away like a week later. What else? So back to the dream with my grandfather. So he was left alone, and you could even see the funeral. Everybody was helping my grandfather get inside. Everybody's making sure my grandfather's healthy. Everybody's checking in on my grandfather. Just making sure that he's good, because he was alone now. He had lost both his son and his wife around the same time frame. And so they're checking up on him and protecting him, making sure he's taking care of himself, making sure he's eating, this and that. And him just being, in a lot of ways, taken care of like a child. That's what that meant with the children. It was telling me that right now, my grandfather's going to be in his most vulnerable that he's ever been. And let me tell you, when I went back home to see my grandfather, he had at least lost 50 pounds because of this situation. I've never seen him this skinny before. But anyway, so I had those dreams, and I didn't want to look too deep into them. I just thought they were crazy dreams.